Okay, today we're going to be doing the all augment build for what I would say is probably the ugliest base prime in the game, Oberon. That's just my opinion, but like yeah. So I'm going to be using four of his augments here. I'm going to just go from the abilities like in order. I'm going to go with Smite. Smite is his one. It's just like a basic ability. It shoots out radiation. The augment gives you 100% radiation damage for 40 seconds or based off your duration. Another thing about Smite, I don't know if it applies for like other ones like what's it called? Like Ember's one and first one, but it scales off enemy health. So let me kill these guys off and show it here. So if you shoot the one at this guy, you do way less damage than if you shoot your one at this guy. Like see, you're doing like 8k. So yeah, if I go to spam his one at people, and that is good damage, you should aim it for the enemy you think has the most EHP. Important notes. And you know, he's also more enemies are weak to radiation, so you can always use that. Next, we'll go to his second ability. His second ability is pretty much just a fucking carpet. Like if you don't go outside, this is how you touch grass. But yeah, the main thing it does is it just deals damage to enemies. Like that's pretty much it. Damage and it gives them radiation. The augment for this is when you press the ability again, it does all the damage at once. And it gives a shit ton of duration. This is 100% duration, which is crazy. So yeah. You press the two, it does damage. You press the two again, it cancels it. Another thing is that it's based on my range, it's just 210 meters in front. You can always see if you increase your range, you can get it to 360. So it will be all around. But I don't think it matters too much because you can just move into the middle. So I don't think like modding, even though this is like a troll build, I don't know if modding like max range is that useful. Next we'll go to his 3. His 3 is renewal. It's pretty much just like a heal. He heals you, he heals allies, he heals specters, he heals everything. I don't know if he heals defense objectives. I don't think so, but like don't quote me, I'm not sure. He just heals everything and reduces bleed out timer. Then the augment is if you die, it will revive you. I'm gonna tell you guys this one fact. I thought this would be good paired with the Vasca Cavat, because since his 3 heals your companions, when you die, as you're in knockdown state, your 3 still works. So I was thinking you can heal the Cavat and it can bring you back to life with this mod, which is when you bleed out, it sacrifices 20% of your health, 20% of the cat's health to heal you. But note, this has like a hidden cooldown. I've seen people say on the wiki it's 2 minutes, but it has a hidden cooldown somewhere. So you can't like use it to be pretty much immortal. So yeah, it has a hidden cooldown, so I wouldn't even use this card. It has like a 2 minute cooldown or something. So like the next is his 4, which is like the armor strip and what gives you a shit ton of armor. Like with the augment here, you gain 40% range, which is just like a stretch. And as you're 3 meters close to enemies, you can gain bonus armor. That's why on this build, like you can actually use arcane battery on him, because with all the armor, you're just gaining extra energy. The one thing I would say is his force armor. I think this armor that comes with it is buggy. It doesn't like work with arcane battery. I guess from what I've tested, because you should have more energy or more armor. I don't know. I don't think they stack. And another thing is his abilities, because I have growing power in the build. His abilities actually don't count as radiation damage. Like they just don't count. Okay, you don't have see you have hard reckoning, but like it doesn't count as radiation damage compared to this just shooting your gun, which is it's not a big deal. But oh yeah, I didn't activate it. Like see I have 400 armor, 419, but I still have the same amount of energy I had before. I don't know if it really works. So yeah, the issue why it's not good is you need to use his 2, his 3, and his 4 to gain all the effects, and they don't work that good. Yeah, I'm just going through them, like the synergies of them, because they work decently, but the main thing is like, for example, to get the full armor from his 3, you need to hit his 3 on his. How people don't tell you, like, let me explain like how the synergies of all 4 of these abilities really work, because these are a bit tricky. For example, for his 3, you don't get this 398 armor buff till you use his 3 on his 2. So it's pretty much like if you just activate his 3, you get a heal, which is this heal, but you don't get the armor. You have to press your 2 and then be on it to get the armor. So it's pretty much like you don't really get the, it doesn't really tell you, you don't get the full buffs. So you need his 3 to get the full armor of his 2, or his 2 to get the full armor from his 3. And same thing with his 4. His 4, you can't strip enemy armor. Oh, I mean, this guy's armors are gone. But you can't strip enemy armor unless they are on his carpet. So if I press my 4, and I press my 4, and I press my 4, I don't remove the armor. But if I press my 2, need more energy again, and I press my 4, it's gone. So which like you have to use like all his abilities. Like you can't really get rid of his 2, or else it's half of his kit becomes horrible. The only one I'll say if you're going to get rid of, you can get rid of his 3 for like Gloom or something else. If you really want to, that is like the only one I can say. Oh, another thing is, he also gives you a 50% chance at health orbs. Another thing I forgot to add, that I'm just going to add now, is his 4. For you to get the health orbs, the 4 has to kill the enemy, making it horrible. So you shouldn't even run equilibrium, to be honest. Like you actually just shouldn't. You should just run flow and just make this energize. Like I just found out. Main build is just like to go max strength, good duration, and like decent range. Because his 4 also has a blind. As you can see here, when the enemies drop down, they have an 8-meter blind radius and a 6-second blind, which like opens them up to finishers. They can't shoot, but the range is like pretty small, so it's not that good, but it's still a pretty good ability. The guns that came out with his patch notes are pretty bad, except for like the Boston. He came out with this, the Boston, which is obviously the Boston Nicano, the great gun. There's like the augment for it. It's just more fire rates. And he came out with the Magister and the Stog, but like I don't know why. I just don't have the Stog. Just don't have the Stog. No, I was just thinking of like whether I should show you guys like steel part gameplay, but I realized like these builds are really not meant for endgame. It's more or less just to like showcase each augment on each frame, even the ones that like aren't necessarily meta, and show you ones that are probably like decent. The next frame I'm thinking of doing is probably like Mesa, because Mesa has some good augments. I would like in the next one. This one I'll say like honestly, his 4 augments is pretty. Phoenix Junior is okay, but like I feel like all these heals that has a cooldown are not like as good. Because for example, 96 stacks, like you can die 10 times in a row consistently, no cooldown, without his augment. So like I'll say it's not that good. This one, the 100% duration makes it worth putting in. This is a double continuity. So yeah, probably make space on the build. As Smite Infusion, definitely, especially because of the new addition now that radiation doesn't combine with anything, and it's a pretty good good proc, especially for nature cells. So I'll say these two are decent. This one, not really. I mean, it adds more range, sure, but for you to get the armor strip, they have to be over your two. So the 40% range doesn't even give you 40% additional range for an armor strip. So honestly, you're better off putting in a range mode because they have to be on your two for their armor to be removed. So you're better off with a ladder, which I'll say I give this like a, honestly, I would say this pretty bad. I'll just say this like a D tier. Probably C. I guess since I gave Mag a C, this is probably like a D, to be honest. Like it's pretty much only these two that are good. Like I've not gotten my ranking system down. So like I'll even give you a ranking like scrapped. I'll just say pick between these two are decent. The first one definitely. Second one, it depends.